My name is SarahAnne Perel, and I'm from New York. I started dancing when I was 3, more seriously when I was 8 at the School of American Ballet, and I went there for 10 years. I remember when I was young, I would always go and see the Nutcracker from New York City Ballet ever since I was really, really young. And my favorite part of the show was always watching Coffee. And ever since I saw the sparkles on her costume, the way she glistened in the spotlight, I knew that that was something that I wanted to do. So I'm a little bit of a black sheep in my family. Both my parents are lawyers. My brother's very academic, has always been so academically driven. So no, not necessarily, but my family has been so supportive. I mean, they've learned to, figure out all of the companies, all of the schools, all of the dancers that I admire and look up to, and they've been the most supportive family. I was studying at Duke University, and my sophomore year, Deborah Austin, she came and she was a guest teacher for my point and variations class. And at the time, we were doing Apollo with Debbie, and as we were going through, she said, we need a girl for Serenade in the spring. And I was going to be taking the spring semester off to dance with Los Angeles Ballet, and it just so happened that their program ended in March, and Debbie's program, it started March to May, so I ended up being the extra girl in Serenade, and it was a beautiful opportunity for me to dance with the company. I had a couple of chances after that to do Nutcracker, take classes, so Carolina Ballet has really been a family to me while I've been in the Triangle. So I was graduating from the School of American Ballet, and my parents, like I said, they're very academic. I always thought about going to college. Pre-professional, wasn't sure exactly what would happen with my dance career, and I wanted to be sure. So I applied to Duke in Durham, and I got in my senior year, and I was doing company auditions tirelessly, hadn't really found anything yet, got a job with Los Angeles Ballet, so I decided to defer from Duke and go dance because that's what I've always wanted to do. After 2 years in the company, I attended Duke, spent 4 years there, going back and forth in the professional world, and I just graduated in May with my degree in International Comparative Studies. It was my senior spring, so I did have a lot of performances pending, a bit of an end of a chapter. So I would say the pandemic came at a time where I didn't necessarily get to say goodbye to a lot of my professors, the Duke Dance program, but it did set me up, kind of propelled me into this next chapter with Carolina Ballet. The most memorable and unique experience that I've had dancing has definitely been with Los Angeles Ballet. We got to perform at the Dolby Theater where the Oscars are held for Nutcracker. So for about a week, for 4 years, I performed. Maybe there are 3,600 seats in that theater. So just standing on the stage where all those celebrities were standing and looking out and not even being able to see all of the tiers, all of the chairs, as an artist, it was insurmountable. I was trained in Balanchine, so my favorite ballets, or most of them are Balanchine, but Square Dance is my favorite, and it's a dream role. I've always wanted to do the lead woman. And one of my favorite dancers in that role, too, is Jeanette Delgado, so she danced with Miami City Ballet. I mean, with school, that was kind of my extracurricular, right? I was dancing all the time and also doing school, but I do a lot of yoga, I journal, a lot of writing, reading, biking, but I would say an odd little habit that I have is finding coffee shops. I love kind of looking at the food in the Triangle, finding different spots to make my study habits and discoveries. Well, the thing is with me too, it's not just starting back from the pandemic, but starting back from being in school. So this chance to dance with Carolina Ballet and opportunity to be in the studio with such a world-renowned company I didn't think it was possible. I did doubt when I was in school for a little bit that I would be able to come back into the professional world and that I would be able to get back into it, have my technique, find my artistry again. So I'm just so happy to be in the studio with such beautiful dancers and have the chance to really, fulfill my career.